Everyone talks about how social media is the way to market themselves, and a lot of lawyers that I talk to really want to get new leads from Facebook, but they just don't know how. Well, today I'm going to show you the way to do this. This is the way that I use to market my marketing company now, and obviously I'm not a lawyer, but this method works with all businesses, and I'm going to show you how you can make it work with lawyers. It's seriously changed my life. It's the best way that I market myself now. So what you're going to do is you're going to create a Facebook group. And I know that that seems a little bit intimidating because you probably don't have any followers right now, but the reality is you don't need a lot of followers, and I'm going to show you how to get more followers. My group only has about 250 people in it. However, you got to think about that. That's 250 actual real life people, 250 lawyers, each with law firms and budgets, and you know, they all need clients and they all need sales and different things like that. So the numbers don't have to be big to really make this work, but I'm going to show you how to get really big numbers. So first thing you're going to do is create a group. Now, the reason you're going to create a group is because groups get much better reach than Facebook pages. Now, your law firm probably has a Facebook page, and I'm not telling you to get rid of that. You're going to keep that. But you want to create a group as well. Now, your law firm page is going to be named after your law firm. So if your law firm is called Smith Law Firm, then the page is going to be called Smith Law Firm. I want you to name the group the topic of the group rather than the actual name. So you're not going to call your group Smith Law Firm Facebook group. You're going to call it, if you're located in, say, Orange County, California, you're going to call it Ask an Orange County Divorce Lawyer, or Orange County Family Law Issues, or Family Law Problems, or something like that that actually tells someone when they look at that group, okay, here's somewhere where I'm actually going to be able to talk to an attorney about some of my family law issues. And the entire topic of this group is on the subject of people who are, you know, dealing with divorce or child custody issues or different things like that. So that's the first thing. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to grow the group using Facebook advertising, and I'm going to tell you how to do that. So first, what you're going to do is you're going to need to create an ebook. Now, an ebook is basically a glorified blog post. It's not, I'm spelling ebook wrong here. Okay, that's why I can't multitask. That's supposed to say ebook. Anyway, so an ebook is a glorified blog post, maybe 500 to 1,000 words, and you're going to go to Fiverr.com and you're going to send that blog post to a designer on Fiverr.com. All you need to do is type ebook designer, and you'll find some graphic designers that'll design something for you really nice for, I don't know, 20, 25 bucks, something like that. Now, the topic of the ebook is very important, and what you think you want to write about is not what you want to write about. What you need to do is you need to ask your current and your past clients what their number one question before they came to you about family law was. And what you're going to find out is that what you want to write about and what people actually want to learn about are probably two different things. For example, for me, I thought that lawyers wanted to learn about search engine optimization and websites. What I'm actually finding out is that lawyers want to learn about social media and how to get more leads from Facebook. That's why I'm creating this video, because I know that's what lawyers want to create. That's what lawyers want to learn. You need to create something that you know your clients are going to be interested in. If you're a bankruptcy attorney, you may find out that your clients are interested in how do I keep my house during a bankruptcy. If you're a family law attorney, you might find out that people are interested in how do I get divorced as quickly as possible, as cheaply as possible, without losing custody of my kids? Or how do I get divorced without alienating my kids? I don't know what the answer is, but basically you don't know what the answer is either until you ask. So you need to ask them, ask 20 or 30 people, and it's simple. Just ask them, what is your number one question, or what was your number one question about family law? And you'll be surprised what the answer is. So then you want to write an ebook about that. Now, the title of the ebook has to be very enticing. I like how-to without statements. Now, a how-to without statement follows this format. It's how-to, and then insert the thing that they want without the thing that they fear the most. So, how to get divorced without alienating your kids. How to file for bankruptcy without losing your house. That's how you do a how-to without statement. Those titles resonate very well with people, and I suggest you follow that format. Now, once you have the ebook, you're going to create a landing page. Now, I don't want you to worry about the landing page. I'm going to give you a free template that you can use. It's in ClickFunnels, and the link is going to be in the sidebar here. Now, ClickFunnels does cost $97 per month. That landing page software, ClickFunnels landing page software makes this whole thing function. And if you actually have a Facebook group where this is working in, you're not going to have any problem paying that $97 per month. I know that's a reservation. Now, ClickFunnels also offers a 14-day free trial. So you can try this whole thing out for 14 days. If it doesn't work, cancel. It doesn't cost you anything. And that's my pitch for ClickFunnels, even though I'm not working for ClickFunnels. But I'm going to give you a free template. This is the exact same template that I use for my clients, or for my law firm, marketing, from my marketing company's marketing. Now, what happens is, when you get to the landing page, there's a picture of the ebook, and then there's a place for somebody to enter their email address. And you can also record a quick welcome video, which I suggest you do. When they enter their email address, they're then taken to a confirmation page. The confirmation page says, thank you for downloading our ebook. The link to download the ebook has been emailed to you. And then it's going to say, next step, join our Facebook marketing group. And for me, I think it says, because I have a marketing group for lawyers, so mine is join the law firm or lawyer marketing group, whatever my group's called. And it's a button, it's got the Facebook logo on there, and people are begging to be told what to do. So don't say, hey, if you got some time, do it. Say, your next step is to join this group. And what's happened to me, which is really interesting, is about 95% of the people that download my ebook join my Facebook marketing group. It happens like clockwork. I see the notification come in for the ebook, then I see the notification or the request to join the group. So that's what you're going to do. Now, you're going to run Facebook ads. And if you need some assistance running Facebook ads, let's see, again, a victim of not being able to multitask Facebook ads. You're going to run Facebook ads, and they're going to be very simple Facebook ads. You want to run a traffic campaign. You just want to select some demographics that match your target audience. Put a picture up at the landing page and a button that says download now. If you need help with your Facebook ads, let me know. I'll give you a guide. I've got a free guide. I also have a paid version, but I'm not here to pitch that right now. And the free guide will help very well. So what's going to happen is, as you're running these Facebook ads to the landing page is going to let people download the ebook, but it's also going to point people to your group. Now, that's where the magic happens. Your job is to make yourself an authority. And the way you're going to make yourself an authority is to provide value. Inside your group, you need to create content every single day. Now, I don't want you to freak out. You don't actually have to create content every single day, but you do need to have a post that goes up every day. Some people prefer to create content every single day. I personally prefer to create content every single day. And really, it doesn't take that long. There's a lot of different types of content that you can create. You can create frequently asked questions. And actually, what I recommend is you pull on a piece of paper and start taking notes on every single piece of content that you can create. And that way you have a list to fall back on. And once you actually start writing this down, you're going to realize that it actually doesn't take that long and that you actually do have a lot of stuff to say. Now, first thing I recommend is go to your website, look at every practice area you have, and write down 5 frequently asked questions about every single practice area. And if you have more than 5, that's great. Every single one of those frequently asked questions is going to turn into a piece of content. And the way you can do content is you can either just talk about something, or even better, you can tell stories. I think that stories work really well. I don't tell enough stories, and I wish I did. I need to get back into telling more stories. But if you can tell stories about, so for example, if you're a divorce attorney and you're going to do child custody and child support and all these different things, you can just think back to all the client stories that you had over the years, and not even yours. Think about other attorneys. Think about things that have happened to other attorneys and recycle those stories. But anything that you can do that's going to teach somebody something that they need to know and provide value, that's what you want to do. You want to make yourself the authority. And that's what I do, and it works extremely well. So basically what happens is, like I said, I only have 250 members in my Facebook group, but I put out a video every single day on a different aspect of marketing a law firm. Now, what ends up happening is people start asking me questions, and inevitably they start getting more curious, and as we kind of go down the road, a lot of these people end up hiring me to do their marketing for their law firm. That's what's going to happen to you. You're going to put out a piece of content that's going to resonate with somebody, and they're going to say, hey, wait a second, I'm having this same issue. Let me ask you some more questions. And then that question is going to lead to an answer, which is going to lead to another question, which is going to lead to a consultation, and then they're going to be a client. And that's what's actually going to happen here. You're going to start growing your brand and creating yourself as an authority on your subject. So you can do frequently asked questions. You can look at every page on your website. Just write down 5 or 6 frequently asked questions for each practice area. You can do client stories. Another thing you can do is you can document instead of creating, and that's something Gary Vaynerchuk talks about, where basically you don't necessarily have to be creating content all the time. You can you can take a picture walking into the courthouse, and you can say walking into the courthouse. People love behind the scenes access, so anything you can do to actually document your day is perfect. And that's something I do a lot. That's something that a lot of people have. I mean, actually, if you ever look up Gary Vaynerchuk, that's all he does is documents what he does. I'm going to this meeting. I'm going to this meeting. I'm going to this meeting, and it's perfect. That's what he does. The other thing you can do is you can do what's called engagement type posts. Now you need to be careful. You don't want to do engagement bait, and I have a masterclass that'll talk more about engagement bait. But you can ask questions, you can take polls, you can do different things like that. Another thing you can do is to comment on current events. Now, like I said, what I like to do is I like to record every single day and post in my group. But there's some people that will sit down and they'll record maybe on a Monday. They'll take 2 hours and they'll record 7 or 8 videos, and then you schedule them out through the entire week to post. That's something you can do also. So this takes persistence. The most difficult part about this entire thing is the first couple weeks when you build the group and there's no one in there, and it's extremely difficult. When I started my group, I shouldn't say it's extremely difficult. It's very easy, but it's very easy to get discouraged, which makes it difficult. When I started my group, I added like 2 or 3 friends, and I think I added my mom in there. So basically, what I did is I created a video, and oh great, my mom liked the video. Perfect, nobody's in here. But what happened is, all of a sudden I started getting requests, and then I had 5 people, and then I had 10 people, and then I had 20 people, and then I had 50 people, and then I broke 100 people, and then I had 150 people. And now people actually watch my videos, and they actually look at me as an authority. And what I learned is that entire time when I was struggling to create content and I just didn't want to do it because I didn't feel like it was going to make a big difference, that was allowing me to, one, get comfortable talking in front of the camera. And I mean, you can see me, I'm still not great in front of the camera. I think I spelled half the stuff wrong up here, but I just do it, you know? And what you find out is that done is better than perfect. You find out that as long as you're out there and you're putting content out there and you're finding your voice, that's another thing. You need to show some personality. A lot of people want to go out and they want to talk like lawyers. And the problem is that lawyers are lawyers, but the problem is that your target is not lawyers. Your target is real people, everyday people that didn't go to law school. So you need to talk in terms like they understand. So, you know, just consistently put content out there, and I promise you this will work. Now, I've given a lot of information today, but there's so much more to this, and there's so much more to getting this set up properly and then actually executing it. So I know a lot of people out there can take what I've done today and run with it and do something awesome. But if you need more information, I've got a masterclass that I just released. It's $37, and my plan is to way over deliver and get you really set up so that you can make sure that this is the absolute way that you're actually gonna get clients from Facebook. It works for me. It's insane. I will never do anything else. This is the absolute best way that I can market my business, and it's the best way that you can market your law firm as well. So like I said, there's a link in the description for a masterclass. The masterclass goes over everything I talked about in extreme detail, plus a lot more. It talks about how you can incorporate email and how you can incorporate YouTube and how you can incorporate a lot of different things so that LinkedIn, you know, so that you can just basically really knock it out of the park and use all of social media, not just Facebook, to get leads for your law firm. Now, for $37, that's a huge value. My whole thing is that I'm going to over deliver, and honestly, hopefully you'll buy more stuff from me at a higher price in the future. But that's kind of the deal right now. So, like I said, the link for the landing page, which is 100% free, is in the description. The link for the masterclass is also in the description. If you have any questions, leave me a comment or just shoot me a message on Facebook or shoot me an email. A lot of you can find my email. A lot of you do email me. But that's all I got right now. So listen, I hope that this method works well for you. I hope you learned a lot, and I look forward to hearing your success stories.